The mayor, I'm sure, and people complaining that it can't be seen on the interstate. I mean, that was
Crystal,
a
I think
very.
you understand where we're coming from. Do you all want to rewrite this, or do you want us to rewrite this?
We can rewrite it. We had a really long discussion about this also within our
Okay,
group.
right.
And
But I think you understand
the
our-
majority felt like we should do
Okay.
this, but that was our group, so.
Our group's
right
different.
now. I know, that's why.
That's why I'm offering. Do you
We
want us
spent
to
time
rewrite
on
it? You know, it originates with y'all, but we're the ones that have to enact this thing. Do you want us to rewrite it, or do you want us to send it back to y'all to rewrite it? I'll do it either way you want.
You're talking about this particular portion?
This particular portion.
You
So-
guys rewrite that because you know basically,
Okay,
we're basically the same agreement.
right, I understand. Okay.
It's got, we're just trying to tie things down.
Yes, sir.
Where,
Yes, sir.
when they come into the code office,
Right.
somebody says something that's in black and white.
Yes, sir.
and There's no
Okay.
argument.
To let you all know, we spent 3 meetings at least discussing all of
Okay,
this.
we'll take this one off your hands.
So this is
Okay.
not
Okay.
gone through quickly.
Okay, we'll
by
take that
any
one,
means.
we'll take that one off your hands, and we'll take it from there. Okay, we're up to 33.6.
Yes, which clarifies what I was talking about earlier, the billboards and off-premises signs, clarifying the definition. It says currently billboards and off-premises signs is defined by this ordinance. And there's an exception.
What is the exception? What's the 33.10?
That 3310M is not going to be in your book because that was a later, that was a later
Okay.
correction that.
What does
happened later.
3310
what is
say?
3310M?
That is the one that gives the, billboards, that states that you can have the billboards, on 158 and on,
Okay,
and on the interstate, and
Okay.
they have
And
to be
off-premise
1,000
sign,
feet of.
as we were saying, something smaller would not be on the.
okay, that's
by
the exception
interstate.
thing that we passed for
Exactly.
businesses close to the interstate. Okay,
Yes.
I'm fine with that.
And we came
Now,
off.
this was the billboard sign.
Yeah.
You did that real early,
Right, I remember,
1,000 feet apart,
Right.
isn't that what y'all said?
and within so many feet of the interstate.
Well, we did have to clarify that, because it was
It's
good to
later.
see.
Well, here,
It's
it's
too
on
late
the
between
new-
that law and this law,
Okay.
yeah.
There's a new
Okay.
clarification. Yeah,
Okay,
it's-
that one's good as is.
All right, the next one is simply changing the letter B to the letter C because it,
It's out of
the
sequence.
order, it was out of sequence.
Okay.
That's a typographical error. The next portion is, because we have the chart in the book, our current paragraph did not match the chart, so we're suggesting taking out the worded paragraph and simply having the chart.
Okay.
Because the paragraph was trying to explain the chart and they didn't match. And
Okay.
that's where we were starting to have problems with application.
Trying to interpret the chart and make
And-
it tough.
Correct, and people said, well, here it says one thing, and here it says another.
Okay.
So we're suggesting take out the verbiage, go with the chart.
Okay.
It's clear. The next portion, permitted signs, electronic signs. It was said Mobile County School, so it's changed now to Saraland Public School. Talking about signs allowed for school. This is on page 4. And then we defined PSA as public service announcement because we didn't feel like that was clear. It's abbreviated.
Okay.
The next one, it's just written, the outline is broken down wrong, and it should say commercial advertising prohibition by the letter 2. There should not be an A because there is no B in that section. Is that correct?
There's no B, okay.
There's no B.
I'm with you.
So we don't need an A. We just need a single.
Okay.
The next is what we're talking about with the interstate. It currently reads, if you'll see there, it says Interstate 65, 2,500 feet east and west of Interstate 65. It's redundant, first of all. But second of all, there's no clarification of 2,500 feet from what. It just says Interstate 65, so we defined it as the center line about Interstate 65. And we did have debate about should it be from the right of way or the center line, and we voted on the center line being the clarification of 2,500 feet from Interstate 65.
When we talk about other rights of way, is this inconsistent with anything else we have in the rest of it?
This is strictly about interstate corridor signs.
Okay.
So the word interstate, we had to define at what
Okay.
point on the interstate.
And that's just on 158.
signs along 158 and Celeste Road from the
Well,
center
Celeste
line.
Road, you named Grand Street, wasn't it?
We named streets.
And Shelf.
So at
that ties
158,
that in.
they have to be 250, 2,500 feet from the center line of the interstate billboards.
Okay.
It just needed more clarification.
No, the 125 feet signs, not the billboards. This
This
is
is not
the,
billboards, the tall.
the names, name indication
Long
signs.
premise tall
Yes,
signs.
like the crystal sign. Okay, the next part, here's something where we tried to make it a little more consistent, talking about monument style signs. There are other signs in our ordinance that are 6 feet tall, there was nothing 5 feet tall, and in that second paragraph about monument style signs shall be no higher than 5 feet. Well, there's no other sign in all of our ordinance that's 5 feet, there are others that are 6 feet, so we decided to bump the monument sign height to 6 feet, because in our chart, there are residential signs that are 6 feet tall. That way there are no 5-foot signs, there are only 6-foot signs or other increments higher than that. And I think when you see the chart on the next page.
And
Question,
can the
Mr. Mitchell,
Yes.
do you have a monument sign that's 5 feet?
Would my sign at the Sherwin-Williams Shopping Center be called a monument sign?
It's no higher.
It's taller than
It's no
5 feet,
higher.
yes.
It's no higher than 6 feet.
Yeah.
It currently reads no higher than 5 feet. Well, now it's gonna read no higher than
Yeah,
6 feet.
well, what I don't want is for Mr. Mitchell to rightfully come back to us and say, this is
should've gotten another
unfair,
foot.
I should've gotten another foot.
Well,
Well,
no,
actually,
no,
there's
I don't
Mine's
see that
taller
one being a
than 6
problem. I
feet
think,
now.
I think you're trying to get more consistent.
Here's
A
the
monument
proposal.
signs, basically,
Yeah, there's different size for shopping centers, for large shopping centers, small
Yeah.
shopping centers,
Yeah.
that are different from what the
There
monument is.
we may need to make a provision, if the Regions
Big
Bank
enough.
sign is only 5 feet tall because we said that, then maybe we need to make an exception because they complied.
Right.
But what we're trying to do is make this more consistent overall.
Okay. I'm just saying that they could, to me, rightfully, right, we had to keep ours down to 5 feet and you're letting everybody else go to 6 feet.
An example would be Badcock. Badcock's a monument sign.
Yeah.
The sign ordinance,
And it's
the ordinance is not always going to be the same in our city. There will
Right.
always be changes,
Right.
and we
That's
will
true.
always have to deal with
Okay,
changes.
I'm on the compromise.
and your this goes back to your variance score, and one's over.
Right. Okay.
And just for these three's information, a street lamp sign, you know, that we're
Pole
trying to.
sign or a street lamp sign?
No, a street lamp sign,
Uh-huh.
right here. It is those signs that have a light in between the flat surface. We thought they were something different, but that
Does
is
that
a
change
lamp
anything?
sign, huh?
Does that change anything?
No, it doesn't change it.
Okay, it's just, I understand it. And next, it's basically this table I keep referring to. It's not completely spelled out because we didn't change all of it. It was inconsistent between the paragraph, written paragraph, and what we had in the book. It doesn't match Daphne's at all, and we were trying to clean it up.
So this
So-
cleans it up.
What's that?
This cleans it up.
This cleans it up, and basically, if you have a monument sign, it can be no higher than 6 feet tall. But there are business signs, I think this may be where people are gonna not be happy. Because local business and general business were 6 feet tall, and we are suggesting it be changed to 12 feet tall.
I thought though that was one of the hallmarks of the sign ordinance, was getting that sign down, so we didn't have big signs sticking up. My example is the Waffle House sign on Highway 43 Waffle House, where it doesn't go way up in the air. I thought that was one of the advantages of going with this, was to get rid of the real tall signs and replace them with these short signs that aren't as unsightly.
Well, I think when we went back and looked at what Daphne has.
I don't care about Daphne.
No. The reason, because Daphne has all these monument signs.
This is Saraland.
No, Daphne has all these monument signs. I don't know where the difference lies, but their local business sign is a 21-foot height. And we had ours at a 6-foot height, and we were trying to figure out why were we making it so much different